We cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them. Albert Einstein. Having a great idea is so important, but do you know what's more important? Knowing how to sell it. Nobody will care about your idea as much as you do. Nobody will understand your idea as much as you do, which is exactly why in this week's episode of MasterTalk, I'm going to teach you how to sell your ideas to anybody. Hi everyone, Brendan here from MasterTalk on your go-to channel to mastering your talk. And today we're talking about the art and how to convince anybody that your idea is phenomenal. So let's get into it. Number one, what's in it for them? Every great idea generally stems from having somebody else in mind. If you want to start a YouTube channel on cooking recipes, sharing that video with somebody who loves to cook is a great way to get started. If you want to create a new skateboard, well, going to somebody who likes to skateboard already is a great person to test your idea with. In other words, who would benefit the most from you sharing your idea and creating what you want into the world? And when you figure out the who behind your idea, it's a lot easier to scale and get product feedback on how you're doing. The biggest mistake that most of us make is we make the idea about us. Oh, I had this great idea. It's so cool. It's got all these technical aspects to it. And I've painted on it and I've created all these great things and it's going to change the world, instead of making it about other people. Take Netflix, for instance. Has Netflix revolutionized the way that we consume information? Absolutely. Has it changed the way that we consume and use movies as a means of entertainment? Absolutely. Has it revolutionized the way and how we distribute content in an online medium? For sure, but that's not what got people to use Netflix. This is the pitch that got people to use Netflix. Are you tired of going to Blockbuster? You spend an hour driving from your house to a store to wait in line and then pick up a movie that somebody else already rented out, and then forgetting to return the second-rate movie that you ended up picking because the best one wasn't available, to then getting late fees because Blockbuster is charging you an exorbitant amount of money. But what if I had a solution that would fix all of this? What if you could sit where you are at home? You never have to leave. It costs you only $10 a month, and you have unlimited access to any movie, TV show that you want with only an internet connection. And you know what the best part is? No ads. What deal would you take? That's what got people to use Netflix, everyone. Not because Reed Hastings is a revolutionary CEO who's changing the world, because he created something that other people wanted, because he made it about them. So make your idea about other people and your idea will explode. Number two, don't just think about your audience, talk to them. We live in such a data-driven world. Spreadsheet that, views, impressions, metrics, KPIs. When was the last time we had dinner with the person that we actually want to serve? It's such a simple truth, but one that very few people implement. And I'll tell you why it's so important. There is one key thing that an in-person conversation will never give you in a spreadsheet. And that thing is emotional reaction. Seeing the excitement on the person's face as they tell you an idea. There's a big difference between, oh, you know, Brendan, I think you should do a video on how to present in a second language. Versus, Brendan, I struggled speaking in English for 7 years. I can't find a video on YouTube on how to present in a second language. Notice the emotional response. and the difference between that response. That is what gives us ideas. But it also tells us how to sell our ideas better to everyone else. So if I'm speaking to a group of people whose second language is English, I'll look at them and I'll say the following. I struggled my whole life speaking in a second language. So I created this video on my YouTube channel on how to present in a second language. So all of you in this room that immigrated from China and Japan and Germany don't have to struggle with your accent and find the right path forward to get the result you're looking for. That's how you sell an idea to anybody, by figuring out what they care about, but also by using their own answers against them. So whenever I sit with them with dinner and I ask them, hey, why do you care about this? And they tell me, I just use exactly what they say to me to other people. And that's the secret. And finally, number 3, take unfiltered criticism from your core audience. This is what separates the best in the world from everybody else. It's a willingness to bruise the ego, to get to the truth, to be willing to have a group of friends rip them apart. The people around it in my circle criticize everything that I do, question everything that I do, in the same way that I question my own ideas, and more specifically, other people in my industry who shares them. This is what makes us world class. It's that messy process of going through all of the points that we think is wrong and fixing them. And I needed that feedback, and I always will. That's why my tip to all of you is you want to create a culture of feedback around you. People who aren't afraid to tell you like it is. In the same way, my friends, my creative director, my business partner, the people around me say, you know what, Brendan, this video isn't that great. You could probably smile a little bit more. You can see a joke here. They're willing to push me constantly and never allow me to settle for great, but only exceptional. Who are those people in your life? Because trust me, team, if you are not willing to bruise your ego, you won't be able to sell your ideas to anybody. But if you're willing to have conversations, to sit down with different types of people, even people you don't even agree with, that is how you're able to tailor what you care about to the world in a way that everybody wants to hear it. As Albert Einstein taught us, we can't use the same thought process to solve problems if it's not working. We need a new way of thinking. And what he means is question everything. If you want to sell your ideas to anyone, you need to earn that skill. You need to be willing to talk to everyone, to the people that you want to serve, to the people that you care about the most, and be willing to take their criticism so you can change the messaging of your offers, your products, your services, and your key ideas so that they choose to hear you and what you have to say. As always, if you enjoyed this week's episode of MasterTalk, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well to see more videos like this. And if you know one person that's having trouble selling their ideas to other people, where you hear them and you think, I'm not going to do what this person tells me to do, send them this video so that they'll be able to sell their ideas to anyone, hopefully. See you next time.